1 interception, but 4 touchdowns for 365 yards, and you put his out. Yo, fire that.
I don't care about the score. I don't care that they played the Titans. I don't care. I don't care. 4 touchdowns today, almost 400 passing yards, 1 rushing touchdown, 3 passing touchdowns. I don't care what you talking about. I don't care.
Ability, and Shedeur did. Shedeur is an underrated mobile athlete. Trust me, he has mobility. Trust me. I saw it again and again at Jackson State, at Colorado. He can move. As he starts to get his legs underneath him and get some trust with Jerry Jeudy, now his new best friend and fan in the 3rd round pick, who's really good. They got a little thing going. He's just better than Cam Ward. Tennessee will rue the day that they did not take Shedeur Sanders #1 overall. I don't know if he's going to be able to show him in Cleveland because it's just such a sad sack, sorry-ass franchise with Kevin Stefanski running the show, trying to sabotage Shedeur Sanders. My God, an 80-yard drive in 7 plays, 2nd goal to 7. He throws the sweet little fade to Fan. It was a beautiful ball. 7 yards for a touchdown. And here we win again. He's been doing this to Shedeur again and again and again. They go Wildcat. Why? Shedeur just ran it in. It was a great 7-yard run to cut the score to 31-23, and then he just throws the little fade ball. He's who you've been looking for. What are you doing, Stefanski? You just couldn't stand to see Shedeur tie the game. You couldn't stand to have to stand up there after the game and answer questions about what you've been doing to Shedeur, how you have been sabotaging, how you've been trying to stunt the kid's growth. You just couldn't stand it, so you go Wildcat, genius move. And Judkins, I don't know, they probably practiced the play one time. Judkins goes right with it and forgets, he's supposed to pitch it back for a pass? What? And he goes nowhere. It's an abomination. It's an embarrassment. It's a humiliation for Shedeur to have to do the trot of shame off the field after he led you to within striking distance at 31-29, 364 yards passing. Beautiful throw after throw after throw, escape after escape after escape. I don't know what you just couldn't stand Shedeur being the hero of the day. So you got what you wanted, Stefanski. You got a big L. You can stand up there after the game and tap dance. You know what, Jimmy Haslam, if I'm owning the Cleveland Browns, I'm walking in there tonight and firing his ass for the injustice he has wreaked on Shedeur Sanders again and again. Shedeur against Kevin Stefanski odds. The longest odds you could have is a 5th round draft pick. He did that today. He showed you he's better than Cam Ward today. They should have won this game today. They should be off to the races right here, right now, but they're stuck with that head coach who tried to do in Baker Mayfield, and now he's trying to do in Shedeur Sanders. Jimmy Haslam, if you're listening right now, you have to have the guts. You had the guts to go get Deshaun Watson, pay him the sun and the moon. Have the guts to get Kevin Stefanski out of Shedeur Sanders' way so you can take off.
Oh man, it's a rough day for Stefanski in Cleveland, and honestly, across the entire country, because we all saw it. We saw what Shedeur Sanders did in Cleveland, and the crowd was all in, flexing and throwing up their wrists. Cleveland Browns rookie quarterback Shedeur Sanders put on a historic show Sunday against the Tennessee Titans, becoming the first Browns quarterback in 75 years, since 1950, to throw for 300-plus yards, hit at least 3 passing touchdowns, and score a rushing touchdown all in the same game. That kind of performance puts Shedeur in elite company and ranks as one of the most jaw-dropping outings by a rookie quarterback in franchise history. This season, Shedeur Sanders is also the first rookie QB of 2025 to eclipse 300 passing yards in a single game, and this was only his 3rd start. Honestly, this proves people were sleeping on him all season. Go back to the draft. There's no way anyone can say Shedeur Sanders didn't dominate that class. He went head-to-head with Cam Ward, the #1 draft pick, and showed the world exactly who he is. For a long time, it was between Cam and Shedeur for the top QB of the 2025 draft class, and now we see crystal clear where Shedeur belongs. You could argue for either at number 1, but Shedeur definitely wasn't the 5th round, 144th overall pick. Y'all really played with him, and now we all see the truth. Finally getting the chance to actually start because Funky was holding him back all season, and now it's clear something is off with Stefanski. And since he's still not fired, I'll go further. Something is wrong with the whole organization, the owner, the top brass. They're the issue. These people need to be investigated. Are the fans trying to tank on purpose? Is he involved in some gambling scheme? Whatever it is, something just doesn't add up here. And you can hear it in my voice, clearly.
Before I crash out, somebody contact the FBI for Stefanski. He's gambling. Cause what was this play right here with only 1 minute left on the clock? You take out Shedeur, who's thrown you 2 TDs. You take out your quarterback in the most crucial moment to get 2 points to tie the game. And you run this stupid trick play. Jerry Jeudy even played good today. Jerry always dropping passes. Jeudy was catching dots. He caught a dot. You're literally sabotaging in front of our eyes. Also, Justin Jefferson sold my ticket, but I don't got enough anger to snap on him right now because I'm on Stefanski. Last time you punted at the 29. Never before seen. Another time, you pulled this same stunt. You taking out the QB to run this stupid trick play. You're playing with money. Someone start the investigation on the offensive coordinator and Stefanski. You're playing with Brad. Jesus Christ. Even Jerry Jeudy caught the ball today. It's only the coach.
In all of my years of watching football, I've never seen anything like this Shedeur Sanders and this Cleveland Brown weird type of relationship. Okay, so for today, Shedeur, he threw for 3 touchdowns and he had 1 bad interception. Then he also ran for a touchdown. So that's 4 touchdowns in total and 1 interception. And they were down late, but he brought them back and it was within 2 points. It was like 29-31. So you would think you need your quarterback out there to go for 2 and tie the game and force overtime. But what does the Cleveland Browns do? The Cleveland Browns said, we're going to do a wildcat. So with the wildcat, it's obviously going to be a run play. And when they ran that play, the first thing that popped in my mind is they didn't want Shedeur to be the hero. I've been saying it for the longest, but now it's officially confirmed. Like, what sense does that make to go for 2 in a wildcat formation? I haven't seen anything like that in all of my years of watching football. We got a free 12, man. He got to get up out of Cleveland. He got to get out.
Man, Kevin Stefanski is a hater. Shedeur almost had 400 yards. Why would you take the ball out of his hand? That boy been throwing dimes. He was running dimes. Give him the opportunity to close the game out, Kevin. All you're doing is looking like a big hater with your play calling these last few games. Shedeur has proved himself. He went against the number 1 pick and did his thing today. But why would you take the ball out of his hands? I do not understand. But shout out to nephew. Good job, nephew. You went out there and you did what you were supposed to do today. Team Sanders, let's go.
I really don't think y'all understand the impact that man Shedeur has. He has me watching Cleveland Browns football. I ain't never in a million years decided to enjoy my Sunday watching Cleveland Browns football. And yeah, they lost, sure, but who give a f***? They had 354 touchdowns. What are we talking about? I'm enjoying my Sunday watching that man succeed. That is special impact.
I don't care. I don't care. Can he improve on some things? Yes. But I don't care. There's nothing you can tell me about whether or not Shedeur deserves to be a starting quarterback in the NFL. I don't care.
Let the Cleveland Browns be a life lesson for you, buddy. Some people would rather the ship go down sinking than your contributions be part of the reason why we're winning. Right? Some people would rather just lose and then just that pride, man. Some people would rather just lose and suffer in life and let your assistance and your contributions be part of the reason there's a W. And that's Kevin Stefanski, Shedeur Sanders. Perfect example right there. Yeah, that's football. That was football, but that's a life lesson. Stefanski made a business decision. Took the boy out the game, said, hey, I'd rather lose rushing touchdown, passing touchdown, tie it up. To get within 2. He said, you know what? What's the worst possible thing I can do right now? I'm trying to lose this game. How about I take the guy out That's part of the reason we made this comeback. Taking a starting quarterback out, period, in a game is risque. On a 2-point conversion to tie the game in the final minutes, buddy, you are bowled up. Good luck to all the contestants.
Y'all, this all I'ma say. Shedeur balled out. Shedeur balled out. He balled out. And the Browns would be a fool not to build this franchise around him. If they don't use their draft picks wisely in this next draft, I'm done. Like, trade him. Please trade Shedeur. Please trade him. But he is 100% your QB1. He's a franchise QB. Yeah, they didn't get the win, but it wasn't his fault. It wasn't his fault, and we all know that. It was on that coach, Kevin Stefanski. It was on him. Now, I know Deshaun Watson is bad. They got a lot of money invested in him. I get it. And I understand if they did go. I get it a little bit. But you still will be a fool not to make Shedeur Sanders your QB1, your franchise QB in the next season. You'll be a fool. And it's just interesting to see all like the haters and the racist people be quiet today. They're quiet. They're real quiet. It's a few of them kind of speaking. They're trying to say, oh, it's just the Titans. But no, majority of them are quiet. The non-believers are quiet today. And that's what I like to hear. I like crickets.
I want to know what's going on with Kevin Stefanski. Why do you take Shedeur Sanders off the field for that 2-point conversion? That was the most humiliating game I have ever watched as a Browns fan. Kevin Stefanski needs to be fired tomorrow. Shedeur Sanders, in his third ever start as a rookie, first of all, had a phenomenal game. Damn near 400 yards passing, 4 total touchdowns, played great, played to win. And you know what? He was the only one. With 4.5 minutes left, Shedeur Sanders took this team down the field, punched in a scramble touchdown on the ground to make this 31-23. Kick the extra point, Kevin. We still don't know why you decided to go for 2 there, but you didn't get it. So now it's an 8-point game instead of 7. And what does Shedeur Sanders do? The next time he gets the ball right back down the field, scores a touchdown. You are 1 2-point conversion away now from tying this game up and going to overtime. And I want to know what's going on with Kevin Stefanski. Why do you take Shedeur Sanders off the field for that 2-point conversion? He is playing out of his mind for the last 4.5 minutes, scored 2 touchdowns, brought you back into a chance to tie this game up, a game that you have blown from the beginning. And you take him off the field. And not only do you take him off the field for that 2-point conversion play, but the play you called instead was one of the worst plays I have ever watched in a professional sporting event in my life. This team is a joke. It is a clown show. Kevin Stefanski, Jim Schwartz, Tommy Rees, Bubba Ventrone, everybody has got to go. Get out of here. Get away from Cleveland. We don't want you. I don't fault anybody for questioning whether or not this coaching staff actually wants Shedeur Sanders to win games, because damn it, he won that game, or at least put you in position to tie it up. He came back with everything you want to see from a quarterback, especially here in Cleveland, with the grit and the toughness and the determination that he is not going to lose this ball game. And you know what? You, Kevin Stefanski, decided that you were going to lose this ball game. And you know what? You did. Not just to anybody, but to a 1-win football team. Everything about this is sketchy. I don't care what anybody says. I'm skeptical, and I don't blame anybody for thinking that way.
Yo, Cleveland, I only with y'all because of this and my wife. She's from that fucking state. I only support y'all because of that. But the fact that this fucking Badansky, Stefanski, put that in a headlock and fire him, please. Because not only did he outshine the number 1 draft pick, this threw 360 plus yards, 4 touchdowns, 1 interception. I'll take that. This is throwing deep balls, short balls, quick balls, slow balls. He's throwing at 41 attempts. The whole stadium was doing this. The whole stadium, Myles Garrett put 2 of them up. You gotta be the worst coach in fucking history to find a way to lose the game. Yo, Babe, if he's not fired by tomorrow, I'm gonna find his address and I'm putting Paul's to Ernest.
I'm going to say it again. Kevin Stefanski must be fired. I'm going to say it again and again and again. Kevin Stefanski did not want Shedeur Sanders, didn't even want him in the 5th round. Kevin Stefanski has done everything in his power to keep Shedeur Sanders from succeeding in Cleveland as a 5th round pick against all odds. Even yanking Shedeur again for the potential tying 2-point conversion, going with the Wildcat. It was a disaster after Shedeur had shown again and again he's the answer in the red zone for the Cleveland Browns. Shedeur Sanders just played by far his best game as a pro. He just threw for 364 yards and 3 touchdowns and led the Browns in rushing and scored a rushing touchdown from 7 yards. Clutch, clutch, clutch. Just led an 80-yard drive in 7 plays to put them within striking distance, 31-29. Tying 2-point conversion after he had just thrown a short touchdown pass, a beautiful fade rainbow to the rookie Fannin to get the score to 31-23. He just showed you again and again what he can do. He's who Cleveland has been looking for, as he said before his first start in Las Vegas. And Kevin Stefanski did it again. Kevin Stefanski just cost the Browns a tie, maybe an overtime. I don't know. The way Shedeur was operating, they surely would have won the game somehow, some way, because that's what Shedeur does. Shedeur just completely outplayed Cam Ward. I'm going to say it again. I said it before the draft. The Tennessee Titans should have taken Shedeur Sanders #1 overall. I like Cam Ward. I love Shedeur Sanders. He's the whole package. He's playing for a sorry football team that played a sorry football game today, and Shedeur lifted them up out of the snow and nearly pulled it off by himself. I don't know what more you could ask of Shedeur Sanders against all odds. Cam Ward just threw for 117 yards on 14 of 28. He threw a couple of touchdown passes, one early. He's not bad. He's pretty good, but he ain't Shedeur Sanders. And here we win again. He's been doing this to Shedeur again and again and again. They go Wildcat. Why? Shedeur he just ran it in. It was a great 7-yard run to cut the score to 31-23, and then he just throws the little fade ball. He's who you've been looking for. What are you doing, Stefanski? You just couldn't stand to see Shedeur tie the game. You couldn't stand to have to stand up there after the game and answer questions about what you've been doing to Shedeur, how you have been sabotaging, how you've been trying to stunt the kid's growth. You just couldn't stand it, so you go Wildcat. Genius move.
At the end of the day, this really comes down to 2 or 3 possibilities, and it all starts with the head coach. And if he's not fired, then we're talking the entire organization. The front office, the GM, the president, the owners, because they must really dislike Shedeur Sanders that much. Are they intentionally tanking? Should Stefanski even be investigated for throwing games on purpose? Is there a gambling angle here? Because honestly, nothing adds up. And to all the haters who try to justify NFL owners colluding against Shedeur, saying he wasn't talented enough and deserved a 5th round pick, come on y'all, know there's a problem with Deion Sanders and his relationship with his son. But stop playing. This isn't Bronny James. Shedeur has proven time and again that he's a star, not just in hype, but in actual talent. He was never meant to be a 5th round pick. Early on, the conversation was about whether he'd go #1, 2, or 3. But even if he didn't hit the top 5, there's no way he should have dropped below #9. And New Orleans Saints, don't think I forgot about y'all. Want to know why you aren't where you should be? It's on this lady right here and the clowns advising her. Fine, Titans wanted Cam, cool, whatever. But there was no excuse for Shedeur to slide to 9. And the Saints passing on him when they needed him? Man, imagine what that Saints-Atlanta matchup would have looked like with him. And yeah, since Funky still isn't fired, I'm convinced this isn't just a Cleveland Browns problem, it's the NFL at large. They already showed us this during the draft. They knew Shedeur was the one, which is why they constantly push him on social media, merchandise, whatever they can cash in on. Yet they intentionally suppressed his value, gave him a bad contract, and had owners collude to drop him to the 5th round. But hey, I digress. Let's get the conversation started. Tell me what you think in the comments below. Special shout out to Anthony. I appreciate you, Anthony, for all your support and for being a longtime supporter of the channel.